Colleen's Kitchen and how to eat vegetables with Colleen Shemrick. So I have a taste for something bready sometimes, and I do make my own homemade bread, but I wanted something that I could take and go with, early in the morning when I'm off to work. So I took a sweet potato. Yes, this is a different type of sweet potato. There's sweet potatoes that are orange, and they have the orange inside, and there's sweet potatoes that are kind of red on the outside and they're white on the inside. So I took the sweet potatoes and I cooked that in a crock pot until they were tender, and I think it took about 3 to 4 hours. And then I took the skin off of them, so imagine the skin's off of them, and I put them in a food processor with 2 cups of water. I had 5 cups of potatoes and 2 cups of water. So it actually looks like mashed potatoes. And what I'm going to do is put that in my bowl. Try to not have it go all over the place. My bowl had a little bit of walnuts in it, so that if you see that, it's just walnut pieces. All right, so I'm just going to put that off to the side here for a second. And so this is what it looks like when it starts. And I have made a cookie like this. I'm sorry, not a cookie. It did taste like a cookie because I put way too much maple syrup in it the first batch. So I took this mashed sweet potato, and it's in, you can see this kind of texture. Okay, so this is 5 potatoes and a 1/4 cup of 100% maple syrup. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add about 4 cups of zucchini. I might take a little less than that. I'll see how it mixes in. Yeah, that looks good. I think I can take all of it. So I'm trying to make something that has vegetables in it, but it has a bready texture without the flour. Now I do make my own flour, and that's one thing, but I wanted to have something that has a little bit more nutrients than flour, right? So here is my, and I wanted that bread texture. I sometimes really, really crave bread. And when I make my own bread, I don't use any preservatives. So what ends up happening is that I have this bread that is wonderful for the first couple of days, and then as it sits in the refrigerator, it starts to get a little bit hard and and a little bit dry. So I wanted something that kind of kept its texture. So there it goes. This is what it looks like. So I put 4 cups. So it's 5 sweet potatoes with the skins off, a 1/4 cup of maple syrup, 4 cups of zucchini, what do they call that, shredded. I'm going to take 1 cup and 1/3 of walnuts, coarsely chopped, and 1 cup of ground flaxseed. I'm going to mix that all together. I took these to a party already, and people were taking little baggies of them home because they liked them so much. And again, this is just a nice to go, kind of how people have muffins and coffee in the morning. I usually like to have green tea, and I don't eat muffins per se, like store-bought ones. And I wanted to have something that had just a little bit more nutrients in it, right? So this is what I've come up with so far. And then I'm going to add, I already added in here some cloves. I had ground cloves that I put in my coffee maker, and I'm going to add a little bit of nutmeg. See, these are kind of like the same spices that are in zucchini bread, right? And just a little bit of ginger. Have a little moisture in it. Oh, that's plenty of ginger. And then I'm going to not worry about cinnamon. I'm going to put a whole bunch of cinnamon there. There we go. I'm going to mix this up. Oh, my mouth is already watering. So what this turns out to be, I call them muffin bites because I'm going to make them very small and circular, and literally so I could just pop one in my mouth as I'm eating. And I don't have to worry about crumbs getting on my clothes or anything like that. So let me show you what this looks like. On a whim, I bought this little kind of ice cream cookie thing to make my bill go up higher so I'd get free shipping. And I'll tell you, I use this thing almost all the time. It's definitely something to have, nice to have inside the kitchen. So then this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to put them on my Teflon sheets and put them in my dehydrator. And this is what it looks like. And I'll show you when they're all cooked down, I'll show you what they look like. All right, so that's it for now. Enjoy. I'll see you probably tomorrow when they're cooked. All right, bye. Okay, so welcome back. It's in the morning, next morning. They probably went in the Excalibur, my Excalibur dehydrator, for probably about 12 to 16 hours. And this is what it looks like. It's kind of like a muffin bite. And then it has this kind of bread-like kind of texture to it. And what I like about them is I just pop them in my mouth as I'm going. It's literally, I'm not worried about crumbs. I'm not worried about, anything like that. I just pop them in my mouth and I go, right? So I put them in a container like this, and I hold them in a container, and I usually put them in a refrigerator. I find that they soften up even more, and that actually even adds to the delightfulness of them. So I made, out of that batch, I made 46 muffin bites, and I'm going to have my tea and enjoy some muffin bites. You do the same. Enjoy.